Hello and welcome to the second part of my art book collection. I decided to try, I'm trying to cut down the video a bit and do less books in this part, so it's probably going to be a third part. I also, by the way, because my hands are going to be in the frame a lot, I accidentally messed up my henna. I just wanted to do like the palm and wanted to do a circle, and accidentally the liquid, it was too liquidy, too much liquid. So I didn't get the right consistency, so it all splashed down. So it now looks a bit like a head. That's like, if you fantasize a bit, it looks like a head. I need a pen. Also, guys, look what I found at the charity shop. Isn't that a stunning painting? I wish I knew from who this is, but they sadly didn't leave like anything in the back, like a name or something. But it's so beautiful. Look at this. This is the coolest pen ever.
Ich bin bereit, den Tag in diesem Outfit zu rocken.
So basically, ta-da! It looks like a human head. I am not so good at drawing people. He has no chin. So this leads me to the first books I'm going to show you guys. They're not really like art books technically, like the ones I showed you in the last part, but there are art books to teach you how to draw. I have not looked into them yet. I have not really started practicing, to be honest, but I wanted to start practicing drawing because I think it's like a really cool ability to have. So we have this one. It is about drawing nature. I think it's something I'm really bad at. Look, it's so cute though. I feel like this book, I tried this book, and no offense, maybe I'm just somebody who needs like a step-to-step tutorial, and other people can go from this to that. Like, I can't even go to this. Like, are you guys gonna teach me that? Or I feel like these tutorials, okay, they're gonna teach you that, but how do I go from that? No, how do I go from this? Guys, how do I go from this to that? Like, I don't know, maybe like, how the fuck? Like, how am I supposed to go from that to this? I think this book is not for beginners. I'm sorry, but this book, I don't think it's for beginners, because how? Like, like it doesn't really teach you how to go from one step to the next one. It's just like, and suddenly it looks fantastic. It looks like that fucking thing, but I can't do that. I'm gonna show you guys another example. So basically, this is one. So this is another one that I got. I got two from the same book publisher basically. And this one is about how to draw humans. I think I don't need any more help than this, but this is also a bit, I don't know, maybe for people who got a bit more knowledge beforehand or have a bit more skills beforehand. It's probably a good book if you already have practiced like certain things on your own with like different tutorials, but I think for a complete beginner it's definitely not the best book. I'm really excited to show this one. It's kind of matching my outfit. It's so, the cover is so beautiful. This is my first book about photography that I have in my collection. I recently got it from a flea market. I'm gonna open it up. Oh, do I have to censor them? So the first page was tits. I really love looking at photographies. I love photographies. Oh, I love them. We have some black, white, everything. I love black and white pictures. They feature a lot of different artists in here. Wow, look at these. I'm a really, really big fan of photography, but I only have this one in my collection. I will definitely want to get some more and look out for more of them. So in the last video, I talked about my Frida Kahlo book that I have from Taschen. And I also talked about this comic that I got from when I was visiting a museum. It's like a comic biography of her. I think it's so cute. They have a lot more biographies. Like they have up to, I think when this was published, they had up to 36. So I think they probably have a lot more. It says that it's how many books they had in January 2021, so they by now have probably a lot more. I haven't collected the other ones, but I definitely want to have all of them someday. That would be really sweet. So this is what it looks like from the inside. It's like, it basically tells you about like the life of the artist with like beautiful art and comics. Is that Diego? They done him wrong though. I think this is supposed to be Diego. I think it's really nicely done. I'm gonna definitely get more of these. Another book that I mentioned last part is this one about different female painters throughout 4 centuries. I think this book is really important. I have not read it completely yet because, like I mentioned in the previous part, female artists don't get recognized really throughout history and even now. So it's really good to have a book to kind of explore. Those are mostly Western artists though, so these are just about Western female artists around 4 centuries. So I definitely want to get some that doesn't just highlight Western female artists and like other continents. That would be so nice to also get that in my collection. Yeah, I think it's really important to especially have these type of books in the collection because, like I mentioned, female artists don't really get represented a lot and are often forgotten in history. So there are women who made art. You just have to do your own research on them because they most likely don't get talked about when we talk about art history. So you can see almost every side has like a different artist. Some go like 2 pages long where they tell you a bit about their lives. And it's all, how much I've seen, it's all Western female artists. So I will definitely be looking into getting a book about women who are not European women. Yeah. Always keep your art collection diverse because you are missing out on so much art and so many great artists if you keep your spectrum narrowed down to like Europe or white people or whatever factor, like male artists. You know, your chances of exploring good art down so much. So the next book that I have is one that I read this summer when I was in Spain. It was really nice. I was the first time in Spain and it was a great time. And I read this book about Picasso and I was in Malaga. I was near Malaga and they have a Picasso museum there. I certainly didn't get to visit though. I think I heard that he was like based in Malaga for some time or maybe all his life. I'm not really sure. But yeah, this is the book from the outside. It has a stunning cover. Basically, the book is not filled with art. I think maybe it has a few pages with some pieces of his art. Yes, wait, I'm gonna do some censoring. But it's mostly about like quotes of like letters or writings he did. I really thought the book was interesting. I really like just reading things that people have thought or written about. I think it's really interesting to get the inside of somebody else's brain basically. So I thought it was really interesting, not necessarily because it was Picasso, but just because it was getting an insight in somebody else's thoughts and like thinking process, which was really interesting. So yeah, this is the one I got. It's called Thinking with Picasso, Denken mit Picasso. And on that note, I have another one that's similar to this one with Michelangelo. So it's a bit, I thrifted this one too. It's, I think, a bit older. I have not looked up in which year this was published or this might be from. I think it says copyright 1943. Oh, this is a cool angle. It also has a few pictures in, but it's also mainly just, I think, things from his letters and also just general like writings of his. So yeah, it's also a really cool book for the same reason with Picasso, just to scoop inside the brain of somebody else. Super interesting, especially if those are people who shape the art world. Yeah, I wouldn't say that I'm really interested in Picasso in general, about him as a person. If you know, you know. Then I have two books that are pretty similar. It's about like art genres and just about different like artists. So this is a Turkish book that I got I think like 2 years ago or last year when I was in Turkey. Sanat. It's about basically a lot of different art genres and artists. Like when we look in, we have Albert Dürer, which is a very famous German artist. Leonardo. And also we have like different art genres, like Gothic as an example right here. So I have not, I'll be honest with you guys, I'm really bad at reading Turkish, so I got this mainly for practice and also learning things and also learning like art terms in Turkish. I have not started this yet. I hope I will do soon. And then I have a German book that's pretty similar. It's art styles. Here we also have, of course, really famous paintings. I think this one focuses on art styles, but also on like paintings in that era. So we have a lot of different famous paintings and like some like text next to them. So as an example, you have the genre, this is post-impressionism, and then you have some examples of that time. Vincent van Gogh. So I'm gonna be honest, I also didn't read this, but I think I'm gonna start this very soon. I want to read more art books and in general read a bit more. So guys, the photography book I showed you in the beginning is not actually the only photography book I have. I totally forgot about this one. I have so many books in my collection, I actually forget which ones I own and what type of books I own, but I do have another photography book, so I'm sorry, this is the first photography book I have in my collection. It's from Christopher Thomas and Gerhold Polt. It's all black white photography from what I remember. Example like this one with Jesus. Oh, and then some cows. Do you guys remember when cow print was like on everybody's doors? Oh, I love this one. I really like black white photography, especially of like humans, but also nature. I think there's just something that makes nature look really beautiful in black and white. Like it makes it look a bit mystical. Is that the right word? Oh, guys, whenever I say, with my accent, whenever I try to say word, no, I fucked it up again. Whenever I want to say word, I say world. So I hope that was the right word. Hello guys, I just finished editing and I noticed I didn't even film an ending to this video, so thank you guys for watching. By the way, while editing I also made this meme, so enjoy and have a nice week.